shut up. I hope you get raped. I will literally beat your fucking head in, bitch. Your sex fucking should be euthanized.
This ends in 3, 2.
Oh, bullies beware.
You're in for a scare.
Yes, the bully hunters have emerged, here to dispense their lame level of justice to online bullies and harassers alike. So in case some aren't familiar with this, the bully hunters were an organization focused on stopping online harassment, specifically targeted at women, from various multiplayer platforms. The idea was that if you were a person playing one of these online games and experienced someone trash-talking you, you could then request the assistance of the bully hunters, where they would then enter the server of whichever game you were playing to take down the harasser's in-game avatar.
These are the bully hunters. They're pro elite gamers who would like to use their skills in gaming to help in-game harassment, end in-game harassment, and make it a more respectable, welcoming place for everyone.
Yes, this was a group of, quote, elite gamers who used this method to somehow stop online harassment from being committed, even though I don't see how doing that solves any problems here. What I assume started as good intentions from this organization quickly turned sour as they made their first and last live stream where they were exposed as fakes. So what you have to keep in mind here is that these people are pushing a clear agenda when it comes to women in gaming. They want to paint it to where the majority of women in these scenarios are helpless victims and that it happens very frequently. A claim made by bullyhunters.org, which is no longer active, stated that over 21 million female gamers experience sexual harassment. They sourced an article from VG247 and it states, a survey conducted by Emily Matthew over on the price charting blog found that 80% of 874 respondents polled believe sexism is rampant in the gaming community, and 35% have been on the receiving end of sexual harassment while playing online. Matthew's study found that women were harassed 4 times more than men, and 63% of women reported being called a cunt, bitch, slut, or whore. Others reported that they were threatened with sexual assault or asked for sexual favors, and stereotypical comments regarding female gender roles were prevalent as well. We're assuming these comments include, but were not limited to, go make me a sandwich or get back in the kitchen and make me some pie. Many insults hurled at the women, according to survey participants, also included derogatory comments regarding their weight or general physical appearance. If you read the rest of this article, it doesn't mention anything about 21 million women experiencing any of this, nor did the majority who did, out of 874 women, only 35% actually experienced any sexual harassment, so the narrative that's being pushed here is complete shit. While I agree stuff like this is wrong and shouldn't be perpetrated, outright lying to people about it isn't going to solve the issue here. I don't see how this article helps the case you're trying to make, especially when it isn't even relevant because it's a study from 2012. This was the only evidence that they provided and is extremely based off emotional appeal. Men are called various names as well when it comes to gaming, such as faggot, asshole, pussy, bitch. Yet it seems like when that exact thing happens to women, now it should be looked at as a major problem. I mean, harassment is a problem for everyone. It's all of our problems. Bully hunters then tested a live stream where they tried to showcase how their system works and catch harassment in the act. Well, this was met with well-deserved criticism because it was revealed to be a staged attempt to try and blow the situation out of proportion.
This is a type of harassment that over 21 million female gamers have experienced. It was at this moment when we saw that it was not just trash talking, it was straight up harassment. So that's when the Rose Thorn, our casual gamer, decided to call on one of our bully hunters. What the Rose Thorn did in this case was use our new tool on her mobile device. We'll show you later how our tool works. But let's see what happens now. So the bully hunter has now been alerted and should be joining the game soon. Okay, pause right there. Now zoom in to the bottom left corner. It says our bully hunter has just entered the game.
In the livestream, supposed victims of harassment who were playing online were in fact bully hunters themselves, who used multiple names on Steam accounts to call in fake reports of harassment. So bullyhunter_77 is in fact the Rose Thorn. So ironically, they ended up fabricating these situations in which they claimed happened so often, yet couldn't intersect in actual accounts of it occurring. All they end up doing is making it worse because now you delegitimize the situation and now have the opposite effect of what you wanted to have. You want to take this matter seriously, but then don't treat it seriously? If you watch the stream, it's clear that the people who are supposed to be the bullies in this scenario are clearly being overzealous and are using typical sexist buzzwords to make it seem like this is a casual thing that happens.
You dumb whore, learn how to play the fucking game properly. All that and you still suck. I guess girls just suck at video games in general. Stupid whore.
Yeah, because people talk like that all the time. How convenient that they happen to find a guy here saying all this sexist stuff about women. Man, what timing. It also sounds so convincing, too.
You wanna get raped, bitch? I know where you live. I can't handle how big her tits are. You want me to rape you?
I like how they need to play dramatic music and set a mood to relay how serious this is supposed to be.
Mr. Lane, I'm Dr. Solomon. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but there is something we need to show the audience right now. In just a second here, the lights have come down, and that is a signal for a bully hunt. Now let's see exactly how a bully hunt works. This is our casual gamer, Pinklight 23, who has been harassed in-game. That's her, but let's cut to her feed. So we can see right now that we're in Pinklight 23's game. She's doing what she loves, playing CSGO.
You wanna get raped, bitch?
I mean, even if this was real, which it isn't, but even if it was, this calls for an elite team of people to swoop in and take matters into their own hands, rather than just reporting the harasser and leaving. Here it implies only women get harassed and that it's only men that are the ones who commit it, even though it happens on all ends of the spectrum here. Twitch streamer Zombie Unicorn, aka Natalie Casanova, hosted the live stream and was a face for the movement. She has since stated that she should have walked away from bully hunters and regrets being associated with it. She states herself that it was fake and that she was skeptical about bully hunters from the get-go, so I'm not going to fully condemn her in her involvement in this, but same time she did lend her hand in helping to push this. She was made fun of because how she came across in it. She was very nervous, forgetting lines and stuttering a lot.
So, if you're watching this, you probably already know what's going on. You've probably seen our videos all over the internet. Or maybe you've experienced this yourself. Sexual harassment in gaming. Over 21 million female gamers have experienced harassment, sex taunts, or threats in-game. Millions of gamers, female gamers, and gamers alike, have experienced trying to hide their gender online to just avoid targeted harassment. And 36% of female gamers have literally stopped playing a game or stopped playing games altogether because of this. This ends now. You can find all the sources for these statistics on bullyhunters.org.
I'm not gonna fault her for that, that's whatever, it happens. It's a thing that, while cringy sure, happens to the best of us when live. People are bringing to attention a previous stream she did in where she called other players faggots in the game.
Good shit.
Oh, is the caps lock thing not a thing that happens in your...
J.O. incentive regard.
Well, you don't fucking
I can't do this shit right now. Such faggots.
While there is a little hypocrisy to be had here, I defended PewDiePie dropping the N-bomb before, so I see no harm in her saying that in a stream. The scammy side starts to show when very quickly bully hunters started to peddle these headphones with their insignia on it. They say on the advertisement that proceeds will go to organizations who support victims of in-game harassment. Although that's pretty vague because there's no examples of the organizations given that they help support, their method just doesn't make much sense here, becoming the bullies to go after other bullies, solving nothing. It makes zero sense going after these harassers' avatars in PvP when the point of games like that, like Counter-Strike, Fortnite, Call of Duty, is to kill each other. We really need these so-called elite players to go on others' behalf killing players just to be petty?
Now we are going to switch over to Bully Hunter's 77 screen to watch the hunt. Cut to that feed, please, and play it. So we are watching our bully hunter. She knows who the harasser is, and she is on the hunt. You can still hear the harassment in the background. It doesn't stop. So now Bully Hunter 77 is looking for the harasser. And it looks like she's going to use her knife, folks. And there it is. Just pause right there. Let's back up and see that again. A brilliant knife move, very difficult.
Ah yes, a brilliant move and very difficult to pull off, even though that's a basic thing that most if not all players do in games like these. But she has to hype up the elite team at work here. Basically, they weren't being genuine and fabricated these events in order to get support, to raise money in selling these headphones and starting a movement. Of course it failed, they slipped on the banana peel and got caught with their pants down. Most involved have drifted away in embarrassment and this movement soon evaporated. So Bully Hunters is no more and it seems like their attempt was in vain. I'm not going to pretend that harassment in games doesn't happen or we shouldn't take it seriously, but we do need to be aware of people who will use it to try and manipulate others and make them into victims.
As we understand, this is having an impact on women in multiple ways, including outside of gaming. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I think it really fits with this cultural moment that we're in, with the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement, that we are at this really important moment of time, really a sea change, where we're saying that where women, victims, marginalized communities of all kind, are saying no more. No more suffering in silence. No more buying the story that I have to be isolated, silent, ashamed of myself. And so as victims and marginalized communities come forward and say, this is the truth, this is my experience, it invites those with power, here, men, to partner, to become allies, to become advocates, to really show powerful leadership, which is calling other men forward and saying, we can do this better, we have to do this better.
I think it's wrong, it doesn't settle well with me, and I think it's good that Bully Hunters is no more. But those are my thoughts on this. What do you think? What's your thoughts on the situation regarding this? Please let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching, I appreciate it, and like usual, I'll see you all later in my next video.